Hi, everybody. This is John here.
This is Paul.
George.
And Ringo.
And we're very happy to be on your program once again. We're just talking on the set of the film we've just finished in Nassau, Bahamas.
Help!
Help! Help!
Help! Help! Help!
How'd you find
Out
it?
of Dick Lester's mouth it came. Our director and friends.
I thought it came out of his shoe.
Well, Dick sort of slowly went up to us one at a time, punching us, saying it's going to be called Help. And we said, yeah, that's a great idea, Dick, sir. We'll call it that. And that's how it all became about.
Because it was about the best, I'd say. Just sounds right, you know. That's why, help. There you are.
It fits the story because, you see, people are trying to get us all through it, you see, and so we need a bit of help, you see.
Help.
That's
right. Well, it's in colour for a start, and I don't know, there's a lot more happening in this. There's a story, you see. In the last one, it was just sort of documentary, but this is a real film almost.
A couple of more problems. A couple of more, yes. Because, for a start, we had a big idol and lots of things, lots of trick things, you see. Whereas we didn't have any trick things in the last film, did we, John?
No, we didn't, George. We didn't have any tricks in the last film.
Yeah, the business about the idol was that it was supposed to rise from the water, you see.
And it wouldn't.
As a sort of trick. And it wouldn't, because the water was always too rough for it. So we've had a bit of trouble with that.
Yeah. I can't tell you what the plot is, but here's some of the questions that will be answered. Why were the high priests of the terrible goddess of Caeli interested in the Beatles? What did they want of him? They weren't fans. Two leading scientists hoped to rule the world. Paul was threatened by a beetle. B-E-E-T-L-E. I'm chased by a gang of thugs all the way through it, actually.
Yeah, they seem to be chasing Ringo, and then there's two leading scientists who hope to rule the world. And an Eastern beauty saves our lives from time to time, it says here.
All I can say is, will John live to sleep in his pit again?
Right. Or, for instance, will Paul ever get back to his united organ? Electric organ, I mean. I think all of us really enjoy it. It's something different, and we've all forgotten about how difficult it was or how hard it was sort of standing around the set all day. You forget about things like that. And it's just nice to be sort of doing something like a film, which is a completely new thing for us, really. We've only ever done one before this one. It's just good seeing rushes and seeing a film get together and seeing it sort of make itself, Yes, very exciting. Lovely.
Oh, well. There's about 7, not sure, and Paul and I wrote 11 and we chose 7 out of the 11. Yeah, it's called Help, We think it's one of the best we've written.
Sung at the beginning and the end of the picture, made for United Artists, with the help of Walter Shenson and Dick Lester, one or two people we ought to plug, called Help.
That's a bit of a drag getting up in the morning, but apart from that and the waiting round, it's great fun. We have a great laugh, don't we, fellas?
Yes, we do, George.
Yeah, it's great episode, as George said, for getting up in the morning. We hate getting up, It's always difficult to do something you hate.
Especially when you go to bed about 3 in the morning, it's very difficult to get up at 6. However, as we never go to bed at 3 in the morning, and as we go to bed, as we always go to bed at late evening. No, it's difficult when you go to bed late. Some nights you do, some nights you don't. There you go, and there you are.
What do I expect? I don't expect anything. I just love being married, and I love my wife. And I just want her to be there all the time when I'm there, No, there's no one can say she can't do this and she can't do that. If we want to go anywhere or do anything, I'm the boss. We just do it. There's no one to tell us anything else now. It's marvelous, because we both belong to each other, and you can share everything. It's a great thing being married. I enjoy it. Well, I shouldn't sort of I'm not an authority on it. I've only been married a month. But, you know, I enjoy it. I love it. It's something you can't explain, you know. It's only people who get married know this thing.
Well, it took us to the Bahamas, Nassau, and we've been to Austria. That was great. And most of it was done in London, of course, which is also great.
It's not bad at all when you're making a film.
No, it's a drag. If there no kids, I think it'd be a drag. You know, we'd say, what's happened? We'd say, how would we say it?
We'd say, what's happened? There's not half as much excitement when there's just nobody around, you know. I mean, it's nice occasionally to get a quiet spell. For instance, like when we were in the Bahamas, you know, that was nice and quiet. And Austria, pretty quiet. But doing tours and things, you know, that's always more hectic. But it's still good. It's good in a different way. You know, like making films is good and making records is good, but in different ways.
The article was right. We've been quoted as being rude to people. Well, we're always rude back, you know, and we're no more cynical than we ever were. Just that it's, you know, people notice being cynical because we're sort of public figures. But we've always had the same attitude. We've always disliked the same kind of people as we did years ago.
But if someone comes up to us and is rude to us, then we'd be idiots, you know, just to sort of stand there and smile as they were being rude to us, you know. I mean, nobody's going to take that, and it doesn't matter whether you're a public figure or anything. You know, you're just stupid if you don't do something, you know, in return sort of thing. It's okay turning the other cheek, you know, but your cheek doesn't have to get smashed up that way.
A woman came up and says, I've got a so-and-so-year-old daughter, but I couldn't care less myself. You know, something like that, she said. And I thought it was pretty rude, seeing as we were eating at the time as well, in the middle of a meal. So we were just a bit cold towards her. And she probably thought we had no right to be, but she forgets that we're human, you see.
At first, you know, everything was going too quick anyway. We didn't even have enough time to think of what was happening. We just did it, and then, you know, suddenly we realised that we were selling records and things. But, you know, apart from that, we never thought too much about it. You know, we used to just see how many records were selling, and that was it. Go and do a show, but we never used to sit round talking about how great we were. So, you know, it's just a thing, you know, in the back of your head that you're what you are and you're doing your job, and that's it, you know.
No, of course not. We're doing a big tour, you know, in America. I don't know how many cities, but it'll be pretty hectic, you know. But it's all good fun. We enjoy it. Filming, making records, concerts. You know us, a laugh a minute. Ha, 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 ha. What happens is that we
just shove them in anywhere.
Yeah, we just write the songs first and then just shove them in anywhere, as George said, especially in the sunset scene at the very end of the picture, where the two lovers, that's George and Ringo, are coming towards each other on the beach, and they just finally meet. Well, actually, they don't quite meet. They just run past each other and both dive into the sand, and as they do, the sun goes down. Yeah, that's it. The sun goes down, and it's a sort of big facade of Oriental beauty, you know what I mean? That sort of facade Harbottle. And then the whole picture just ends up
You're telling him too much about the story.
I'm sorry, I've told you too much.
They won't go and see it if you tell them all about that.
Have you told them about the vintage car race?
The vintage car race? No.
Well, that's another scene where we all go from Brighton to Egmerton, and none of us win, unfortunately, and it just about ends there.
This is Paul McCartney saying thank you very much. We hope you enjoy our film, and it's been nice being on your show.
This is John Lennon saying thanks for everything, enjoy being on your show.
This is Ringo saying thanks for everything. Hope you enjoy the film and the songs from the film, and we hope to see you all when we come to the States.
And this is George saying goodbye to everybody who's been listening, and also to you for having us on your programme. Thank you very much, sir. Goodbye.
So long, everybody.